What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated, right? So the New York Knicks lose a heartbreaker today at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves, 140 to 134. A shorthanded Timberwolves team down there, two All-Stars, Cat and also Anthony Edwards, right? But it didn't matter, right? Everybody for the Timberwolves stepped up, shooting at one point in the game in the first half, shooting over 70% from the field, ending the game shooting over 61% from the field, 58% from three, led by Taurean Prince, who was 8 for 8 from behind the stripe, three-point line. He had 35 points. It was just a total team effort from them. I mean, everybody was on fire. They did not miss a beat. First half, they ended off with a 79-70 lead against the Knicks and wound up scoring 140 points today. Amazing offensive explosion by them, right? But when I talk about offensive explosion, Julius Randle, huge tonight, 57 points. New Knicks record, 26 points in the third quarter. Randle was on fire, right? He pretty much was trying to carry this team. He was 8 for 14 from three. He was great. Jalen Brunson was also great. He had 23. IQ was good. He had 19. Josh Hart was Josh Hart. His energy plays. He had 10 points. We didn't get much from RJ tonight. He only had 13 points. But Julius pretty much was carrying the whole team, man. He was. And it's crazy because the Knicks were also shooting great. They also shot 56% from the field and 50% from three, and 85% from the line. This was just an offensive game. First quarter, man, Minnesota was up 42 to 32, right? They just came out on fire. In the second quarter, 37 to 38, they won that. Then the Knicks won the third quarter, 38 to 30. Then Minnesota closed it out, 31 to 26 in the fourth quarter. This was just an offensive game. There was no defensive stops at all. And at the end of the game, what hurt the Knicks the most, as great as Randle played, he was unable to secure a rebound when we would have been down by three. We had came down and possibly tied it. Slow-mo, Kyle Anderson, I believe that's his name. He's a Jersey kid. He knocked it right out of Randle's hands, and that was the ball game, right? So let's go over, guys. Let's take a look at these highlights here, man. Tough one. This was a tough one tonight. But you know what? It goes to show, man, like I've always said, man, you got to come ready to play in this league. Period. End of story. It doesn't matter who's on the court. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. It doesn't matter what stars are down. You got to be ready. There's still NBA guys over there. So remember, even though they were down two All-Stars, they still have Rudy Gobert in the middle, right? So he's a force down there. So you still got to be mindful of that. Right, so still, this is still a potent team. They still have Mike Conley there. He was an All-Star before back in his days. He was with the Grizzlies. So they have solid players over there. They really do. Like I said, Kyle Anderson's over there. He's from the Spurs. He's a solid player, local kid. But it was just like I said, it was just an offensive game. Randle was spectacular, man. He truly was. But you got to get stops in this league, man. But you got to be ready to play. But sometimes some teams are just feeling it. This very much felt to me like the Charlotte game, right? I kind of felt like the Knicks kind of took their foot off the gas. They kind of said, certain guys aren't playing tonight, so we can kind of take it easy. Because the Knicks started off slow. But then did they really start off slow? It just felt that way because Minnesota was just knocking down everything. They couldn't miss. They just couldn't miss. Like I said, Taurean Prince, he was 8 for 8 from three, man. The record is 9 for 9. He was right there, man. He was making everything. But with that being said, the Knicks were still in the game. We were up by 5 at one point, but we just couldn't get stops. We just could not get stops. It felt like everything Minnesota shot was going to go in. It felt like they was never going to miss. It was just one of those games. And I think it was for both teams because Randle definitely was feeling it. Taurean Prince was feeling it. You had one guy on the team, Noel, he was feeling it. Then the other guy, I think his name was McDaniels or Daniels, he was playing well too, 6'9" kid. So it was like I said, it was just an offensive explosion on both ends. And at the end of the game, it comes down to who can get stops. And they were able to get stops, and we won it. It just stinks because Randle had such a great game, but the key play to me is he couldn't secure that rebound. He kind of went after it a little lazy, right? Slow mo, Kyle Anderson knocked it out of his hands, and that was the ball game. They got the loose ball, they laid it in, and that was it. And that was pretty much ended the night for the Knicks. But listen, man, you got to be ready to play. That's the way this league goes. So you can't come slipping, falling asleep at the wheel, playing against anybody because these guys are fighting for their playoff lives too, right? So I think they're right in the mix. They're right in like either the 8th or ninth seed in the West, something like that. So they're trying to get in the playoffs too, man. So like I said, these next 10 games, and we're now 9, are going to be tough for the Knicks because you got a lot of teams that are still vying to try to get in the playoffs, whether it's a play-in or whether it's a 6 seed, whatever it may be, right? Perfect example. On Wednesday night, we got to go to Miami, right? We got Miami we got to play, and they're trying to get into that 6th spot, right? They're number 7 seed. So that's going to be a tough one. Remember, last time we barely beat them, Randle and his heroics had to knock down that 3 in the corner to pretty much solidify a win for us, right? So Miami plays us tough, man. So we got to be ready to go on the road Wednesday night, right? That's just the way this league goes, man. So we got to kind of shake this one off and get ready to play, man. Because this right now, honestly, what this is playoff basketball going forward for the next 9 games, playoff basketball. It's all about seeding and making sure you lock in and secure your spot in the playoffs, right? Well, listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. I appreciate you guys coming by, but please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if you come by and leave comments, please subscribe. If it's your first time coming by, please subscribe. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out, people. Peace.